Scorpio, what's up? This is Brandon with Wow, here to give you your weekend vibes energy reading for July 26th. This is just going to be a simple energy reading to help you get the most out of this weekend and not the worst. But this is just a little simple bit of advice. It's not like pass or fail, doom and gloom if you don't follow it. No, nothing like that. This is advice from your universe to help you maximize this weekend and get the most out of it that you want. But the way we do it for the weekend vibes is we do 2 cards for each kind of the Scorpio out there. 2 for the single Scorpio, 2 for the Scorpio that's in a loving relationship and a couple, and 2 for the ones that is just a little bit complicated. Maybe you're just out there being a little bit thoughty, or maybe you're just in a complicated situation to where you don't know how somebody else feels or how you feel about somebody. So we're going to do a little bit of something for each of the 2 or for each of the 3 kinds of Scorpio out there. But you can pull information from whichever stack, and they usually kind of merge anyway since you guys all are Scorpio. And it's good advice, if it comes from the universe, I think. So let's get into it. I hope everybody had a good, productive week if you were out there working. I hope you had a fun week if you were just kind of out there fun in the sun or fun in the rain if you're in Florida. But let's get into it. Woo! Wow, that didn't take long now, did it, Scorpio? So we're starting out with the single Scorpio. The first thing that we're going to, let me fix that blur motion there. I'm not moving too fast. There we go. The first thing for the single Scorpio out there is making sure that we present dog face. No, I'm just kidding. Let's make sure that we are being loving, that we're being expressive, that we're opening our heart chakra so that we can receive that love. If we've been single for a while and we're kind of getting tired of that, let's make sure that we're not closing the door to any great opportunities that might be out there knocking. Okay, but let's make sure that you have your heart chakra all the way animated, because that's what people want to see out of Scorpio right now. Scorpios have a very special way to love, and a lot of people love how that feels. So try to do that as much as you can with whoever deserves it this week. And of course, you don't want to extend love to somebody who's not returning it to you. So let's not waste it on anything that doesn't give you the same response back. Okay, but you're going to get a lot of great energy out of opening that heart chakra up and allowing your love to pour out into the world so that it can come right back to you. It's going to manifest for you if you do that. So let's make sure that we're keeping that heart chakra wide open, my lovely Scorpio. Also for the single Scorpio out there, let's be, like I said, let's be creative with our expression. This is throat chakra energy. Let's make sure that we're singing this weekend. Let's make sure that we're singing and not stinging, my beautiful Scorpio. Sorry about that scorpionic pun right there. Hope you'll forgive me. But yes, let's make sure that the words are singing from our mouths and not stinging, like Scorpios can tend to do from some time. You're going to be able to do that easily as long as you keep that heart chakra just a little bit cracked. You don't have it wide open so that anybody can just pull from you and suck all that energy right out of you. No, we don't want that. What we want to do is give a measured amount of that heart chakra energy so that it just continues to radiate from you this weekend. Make sure that you're loving in that special scorpionic way that only you can. Get over here. That's the Scorpio I know. But Scorpion. Sorry about that. That's another bad Scorpion pun. I'm on a roll. But let's make sure that we're expressing ourselves beautifully, creatively, and not being harsh with our words, not preventing ourselves from finding that love opportunity, or just maybe if it's not so intimate, maybe it's just finding a new friend, finding somebody who you enjoy being around, somebody who you enjoy speaking with, somebody who is creatively communicative with you as well. Let's make sure that we're keeping our heart chakra open so that we don't miss out on that beautiful conversation that's looking for you this weekend, okay? For my Scorpio in love, the Scorpio in a loving relationship, let's be careful about which way we decide to take things. If things have been a little bit rough lately, if they've been tough around the house, you have a choice. You can either, like I told the single Scorpio, you can sing or sting. Let's make sure that we're making sure we're doing the right thing. I'm going to go with what the single Scorpio got too. Let's open that heart chakra up and make sure that we're not causing the problem by being the tough, aggressive Scorpio that we can be, okay? Let's make sure that we're not doing that. If it requires you to sit still and just listen for a while and use that third eye to really, really take it all in, then that's maybe what you need to do if things have been a little bit more rough for you and your partner than you would like them. You have a choice. If you want to encourage the aggravation or let it subside. You have a choice in that. You don't have to always feed the flames. You don't have to always make your point because you're right. Sometimes you can just let something slide away and let them do their own detective work and come to you and apologize. Like, that happens a lot too. When somebody's playing it cool, you get cool played right back at you. It's a way to manifest that. So let's make sure that we're making good decisions, decisions that come from the solar, that come from that warmth, that area of warmth inside you, okay? Let's extend that out to our partners, even if they're pissing you off, okay? And boom, the universe has spoken. Let's make sure that we're maintaining that emotional balance. Let's make sure that we're filling our cup with life water and not poison. All right, that's what we want to do this weekend, is open that heart chakra wide open. I'm glad I said that. I was right, or I was communicating the universe very well, I guess. But yes, make sure you're keeping that heart chakra open. It doesn't mean that you have to be the softy in this, but you can make sure that your partner knows that you love them still, no matter what they did or no matter what is going on. Your love is still strong for them, you know, and it hasn't gone anywhere. It's not going anywhere. You want to be supportive. You want to be a pillar to your relationship this weekend, okay, Scorpio? If it doesn't call for that, it doesn't call for that, because you know if somebody's wasting your time. That's one thing Scorpios are very keen on, and that you don't tolerate, is if somebody is wasting your time. Nobody likes that. Nobody volunteers for that. So let's make sure that we're not allowing it. But we're going to keep that emotional balance. We're going to keep our cool. Like I said, sing and not sting this weekend, okay? For my Scorpio who's a little bit complicated, not sure where you stand, we're going to work on that sacral energy. We're going to make sure that we're creating the world that we want and not existing in somebody else's representation of the world that we want to live in. You don't want to live in the Truman Show. You want to live in the true show. So let's make sure that we're not allowing anybody to paint our picture this weekend. Make sure you're doing your own thing this weekend, okay, Scorpio? If somebody is making you feel like you're not sure where you stand with them, Scorpios usually don't get caught up in that. You're usually stalwart in how you feel about somebody and what you feel. And if you don't feel that back, then it is a waste of your time. Go and do something creative. Do something that doesn't include them, where you know you're not going to run into them. Let's do something where we're all the way across the town doing something fun, something that brings that beautiful creative energy out of you, Scorpio, that makes you feel like you're doing something for yourself. Okay, let's bring that sacral, creative, wonderful scorpionic energy to the world at large, and not just to that one person who's making you confused about what's going on in your life. Take control back. All right, let's make sure that we're using that sacral energy to reassert the world that we want to live in, and not let anybody else lead you around by the neck. Okay? And if you're out there playing the field, let's use that sacral energy to go and do something a little bit adventurous this weekend, okay, Scorpio? Do something that, like I said, is good for you. Maybe not everybody else you know is into it. Maybe nobody wants to go and do it with you, but you want to go and do it. Let's make sure that we're doing that this weekend, if at all possible. Just get out there and do something that brings you immense joy, okay? And like I said, we're going to work on those connections. We're going to keep that heart chakra open. That way we can be sure of what's coming to us and what's not. When you have your heart chakra wide open, the measure is there. You can feel when you're getting that equal energy back to your heart. And if you're not getting that, then you feel a void. It feels like something is missing. So let's make sure we're paying attention to that. Let's make sure that we're using that third eye energy that Scorpios have to see things for what they are. And like I say, you don't want anybody wasting your time. Not any further. Not when that's one of the most valuable resources that we all have. You don't want anybody wasting your time. So let's make sure that we're nurturing the relationships around us that feel creative, that feel sacral, that feel like there's always something fresh going on. So let's move towards that, especially if you're a Scorpio who's been complicated for a while and you're starting to come around to the fact that this person is wasting your time. Let's go and find somebody else who is giving us more of an equal exchange of energy, okay? Well, that's all I have for you for right now, Scorpio. I hope you have a wonderful, outstanding, fun, safe weekend. I'll be back up with you next week with the weekly read for you. Until then, take care of yourself and everybody else as much as you can, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace. Namaste.